conditions at Hadlock tonight are kind of a flashback to when the season begins in April.
Yeah, actually,
it's cloudy, it's a little showery, some maybe.
I was just thinking,
chilly.
I was talking to our chief photographer, or actually he's not anymore. Okay, anyway, Steve, about he changed positions. About we went there on opening day and it was nicer than today. Because I remember because it was
it can often
good,
be terrible.
It was a good, yeah. Yeah, right. So you never know. And that drives attendance so much, right? Like a beautiful day.
But playoffs, I think people will come out. They'll grin and bear it.
It looked pretty, considering the weather, that was a
If we weren't
turnout.
here now, we might be there. You
yeah,
know?
no, I probably wouldn't be there. But you might be there. I'm a fair weather baseball
You're very delicate, I know.
Sorry, Jeff. All right, we got some rain last night. Early this morning, want to look at some of these rainfall totals. 1.8 in Wiscasset, 1 in Bangor, and 1.6 in Portland. Got a couple of questions asking what this means for the drought. We'll get our latest drought monitor on Thursday, but obviously we're going in the right direction quickly here over the last couple of weeks. We have a couple of sprinkles out there right now. Mostly, though, it's just a dreary late afternoon, early evening with very, very light showers coming through. We've been stuck around 55 across most of the state for 36 hours now, and that's usually a hallmark of this type of pattern. Low cloud deck means you don't get that warm during the day, but you don't get that cool overnight, and that's where we're sitting, still in the mid-50s, low 50s overnight tonight, maybe briefly down into the upper 40s by early tomorrow morning. Finally, tomorrow, late morning, middle of the day, we start to see some sun. For many of us, the first sun we've seen since Sunday morning. And so we get into some sun over central and western Maine, but notice down east and northern Maine struggles, staying cloudy probably through the whole day. And then our next front arrives on Thursday. This will give us some showers and thunderstorms on Thursday morning through the middle of the day, some downpours in there, and then we might briefly break out to some sun Thursday afternoon. But you'll notice these windows aren't very big for sun until we get into probably the weekend where it's more consistently bright. Friday will be a transition day after that front comes through. It will be brisk, drier, but there will be a mixture of sun and clouds. Temperatures only in the 50s probably on Friday for a lot of us. And then high pressure builds in over the weekend. But notice Fiona is not that far away. Fiona right now is a Cat 3 hurricane. If we were to remove this icon, you'd see a well-developed eye wall. You can see it just on the edge there. This is a good-looking system symmetry-wise, and it's really cooking now, likely to become a Category 4 major hurricane as it moves towards, but probably just to the west of Bermuda. But look at this path as it comes through here into Nova Scotia. And the reason I want to show you this is this storm gets relatively close to Maine on Saturday. I mean, it's not that much distance right now. I'm not concerned it's going to suddenly take a turn and move into us, but this wind field is going to be pretty strong. So I think down east Maine will be windy on Saturday, not breezy, and this could be a really big problem east of Halifax there with winds potentially in excess of 100 miles an hour. Something to remember, guys, is that there's been a couple of these storms over the last 10 years that have really hit Nova Scotia hard, and we've missed out on them, but it doesn't always have to be that way. I mean, these storms are capable of hitting us with that same kind of intensity. Hopefully it does not happen anytime soon. All we're going to feel from it are the winds and some big waves on Saturday. Sunday, probably the best weekend day, into the upper 60s, and the wind will settle down a bit.
So not the nicest of forecasts, but not terrible for us.
Yeah, we just make it this weekend. It could have been a lot different.
Thank you, Keith. We'll be right back.